However, having divisive perspectives, being able to eventually come together after learning from each other's differences and different perspectives can actually work good for the American people. Many Republicans and many Democrats disagree with the three-party system or four or five or multiple third-party systems, but I, on the other hand, agree that libertarians can come together and help Americans live their life without government intervention at all times. So I ask my colleagues vote in the affirmative of this. Thank you, and I yield back.
Majority Whip yields.
Mr. Speaker,
The gentleman from Florida.
I motion that we move into a period of voting for House Resolution 11.
I second.
There being specific motion, the House will not proceed into period of voting on House Resolution 11. All those in favor state aye.
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 What was that?
I said aye.
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 Aye. As in the opinion of the chair that the ayes have it.
Mr. Speaker,
The majority Whip.
my bad. I motion that the House move into a period of immediate consideration on House Joint Resolution 2.
Is there just a motion? Is there specific motion? Seeing no sufficient second, the motion is failed.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the House move into a period of immediate consideration on House Joint Resolution 2.
Is without objection, the House will not proceed into immediate consideration of House Joint Resolution 2.
Mr. Speaker,
The majority Whip.
I seek recognition.
The majority Whip is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Like I said in the morning hour, we shouldn't even be voting on a continuous resolution today. We shouldn't even be voting on a budget today. This budget should have been passed days ago. This should have been a day one. This should have been a thing we passed the day that the president was sworn in and he found his Treasury Secretary. I have been in communication with the Secretary of Treasury, and I appreciate them for their very open communication, unlike members of this government who failed to communicate to us that a budget was delivered to them days prior. This could be, but I'm sorry. You know, my cross just disconnected. My cross necklace just broke. So, anyways, gotta praise Jesus. So, we have two options. We either fail this continuous resolution and allow, members of our armed forces, our troops, our Marines, our soldiers, our Navy personnel, our airmen continuously fail to receive a paycheck because this institution fails to do our job, or we could pass this continuous resolution and give people who are responsible for this catastrophe of a failure this Congress has ever made, or we could fail it. So I ask members of this body to give those two choices a good thought. I just like to remind people who may vote in the disagreements a nay on this bill. They're voting for retracting any paycheck to any federal government agency, department, what have it, worker, and that includes our armed service members. And, we could have had a budget voted on today, but I feel like that would be distasteful to this body to vote on a budget that none of us had a say in. Certainly, I did not have a say in. Certainly, most members in this room did not have a say in anything that happened in this budget. Only people that seem to get their jobs saved by people in suits that we might not even know about seem to be the ones that end up having a say in what goes on. And even that, they don't really have a mouth that's open. They have a mouth that's closed the entire communication while their, I guess you could say, worker ants are communicating for them. But I'm proud to say that the budget that will be coming up in the next couple days, I believe, will be beneficial to all Americans. And I thank President Taylor and his Treasury Secretary for being open in communications with me. And I am really hopeful that we can pass a budget within the next couple days. But America, we have an hour and 20 minutes until this government shuts down. And if we do not pass a continuous resolution, you see the lights in this chamber, they'll be shut off. See the toilets in the chamber? Shut off. Any forms of electricity in this button, shut down. Any forms of payment to federal workers, shut down. So I just like to remind members before they cast a vote what they're voting on. But yeah, with that, Mr. Speaker, I hope. Oh, accidentally puts on C-SPAN. I ask all members of this institution to be in the affirmative of this continuous resolution. With that, Mr. Speaker, I reserve.
The majority leader reserves this time.
Mr. Speaker,
The gentleman from Florida.
I motion that we move to a period of voting for the joint resolution 2.
This
I
is
second.
there being sufficient sanctioned motion, the House will now enter a period of voting for joint resolution 2. All those in favor state aye. All those
Mr.
Aye.
Speaker, I ask for a roll call.
A roll call vote will be held. Alexandria Cortez. Are they in game? Are they talking in game? Aye. Okay, they're already talking in game. Michael
Aye.
Colin McCarthy not present. Amy Asher not present. Arnold Anderson not present. All right. Maury Bennett.
Aye.
Aye. Drake Hayes.
Aye.
Aye. And then Andy Cornholder.
Aye.
Aye. With the recorded vote being 5 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, the bill is passed.
Woohoo!
Hallelujah.
One second. Mr. Speaker,
Sorry.
I motion that the House move into a period of morning hour debate.
It is a motion.
I object.
The gentlewoman will state her objection.
I would like to motion to reconsider House Resolution 11.
Okay. The objection is heard.
Mr. Speaker, we have a
Whip.
couple individuals raiding this house. Or a individual. Oh my.
Where?
I asked that we enter a 1-minute recess.
I second.
That's camera trolling. I brought you back. Cam.
Mr. Speaker.
Camille. That's it. Okay. It's safe now.
Mr. Speaker,
The majority leader
I motion to vote on the objection.
is just sufficient motion.
I second.
There being sufficient single motion, the House will now vote on the objection. All those in favor say aye. Raspberry, you just
Aye.
banned representative.
Oh Lord.
The House will now vote on the objection. All those in favor state aye. All those who oppose nay.
Aye.
Aye.
It is in the opinion of the chair that the objection is sustained. The House will not enter morning hour debate.
Mr. Speaker, that was objecting a motion to reconsider on a resolution.
Those objecting to go into a morning hour debate. The representative objected to that. So we're not.
No, they motioned to reconsider Okay. Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the House move into a period of morning hour debate.
Is there an objection?
I object.
The representative will state her objection.
I object because I would like to reconsider House Resolution 11.
Okay. The objection is
Mr. Speaker,
Majority Leader.
I motion to vote on the objection.
Is there sufficient second to the motion?
I second.
There being sufficient second to the motion, the House will now vote on the objection. All those in favor state aye. All those who oppose
Aye.
nay.
Nay.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
It is in the opinion of the chair that the
Nay.
ayes
Mr. Speaker, I motion to reconsider.
reconsider the vote.
Mm-hmm.
The House now reconsider in the vote. All those in favor state aye. All those who oppose nay.
Nay.
All those in abstain.
Aye.
Aye.
It is
Nay.
in the chair that the ayes have.
Aye.
Right,
The
now,
objection.
Mr. Speaker, I motion that we reconsider House Resolution 11.
Is there sufficient to the motion?
I second.
There being sufficient to the motion, the House Resolution 11 will now be reconsidered.
Mr. Speaker, I motion that we
Mr. Speaker, I seek recognition.
Gentlewoman is speaking. So, gentlewoman,
Mr. Speaker, she's not recognized. I'm asking to speak.
I recognized her to speak for her motion.
She was not recognized. I'm asking to speak. Mr. Speaker, I
recognized.
It was recognized.
Mr.
I said-
Speaker, hold on. I ask unanimous consent that the, you know what? I retract that. I'm gonna need her vote later.
The gentlewoman will resume her time.
Mr. Speaker, I motion that we move into a period of voting for
I object.
House Resolution 11 now that we are
I object, Mr. Speaker.
The majority will state his objection.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not sure why she could have said her concerns with this about 10 minutes ago when we were on this bill. Resolution. This simply gives a voice to the Libertarian Party in this House. Again, I'm not sure what your problem is with Libertarians forming a caucus in this House. If you have a problem with that, maybe you could talk to the voters of their district to maybe vote for a Republican. But I believe this gentleman needs to be able to properly voice his concern, and that's what this resolution does. So with that, I yield back.
The objection is heard.
Mr. Speaker, I motion to vote on the objection.
The House will now vote on the objection. All those in favor state aye. All those
I object. I object the motion.
So aye.
Object the motion.
What?
I object the motion. Mr. Speaker, can I point of information?
The majority will say his point of information.
To the gentlewoman from Florida, if you want a motion to reconsider, can you at least, be open to communicate to the American people on what you have against this resolution? Thank you. I yield.
The majority of yields. It is in the opinion of the chair that the objection is not sustained. The House will not enter voting on House Resolution 11. All in favor state aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Nay.
Aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
It is the
Aye.
chair that the nays have it.
Mr. Speaker, roll call.
A roll call will be called. Michael Buckley,
Nay.
nay. Alexandra Cortez, nay. Maury Bennett,
Nay.
nay. Drake Hayes,
Aye.
aye. Andy Cornholder.
Aye.
On this vote, for roll call, the vote is 3 nays, 2 ayes, no abstentions. The bill is not passed. The resolution
Mr. Speaker, I motion the reconsider.
is just
Object.
the gentlewoman will say her objection.
We already went, like to a second reconsideration. I don't think we need another one.
Point of information.
Hold on, let her finish. The gentlewoman will say, or continue her time.
I
No,
was
Mr.
finished.
Speaker, I requested a point of information.
The majority will say his point of information. I think he requested something else.
To the gentlewoman from Florida, I asked you, which you're not required to answer a point of information, but I think you owe it to the voters of your congressional district on why you don't agree with this bill. You seem to vote in the affirmative when we were originally voting on it, but now that the people in the Washington establishment are telling you they don't want this bill passed, you immediately retrace that. Neither you or the most incompetent majority leader we have ever been elected in this institution both switched their votes without saying a simple reason on why they no longer agree with this. I'm not sure why we can't simply agree on giving the Libertarian Party a voice in this institution. The Libertarian Party obtained multiple electoral votes in the latest election for the first time in many decades. I'm not sure why you can't take them seriously when they're about to overtake you and your relevance. So, Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
Majority will. The gentlewoman from Florida will reclaim her time.
I would like to respond to Congressman Hayes and to my reasoning. So
The
I
general,
just think, huh?
the general recognized.
So I just think that the House would run more smoother, more faster, and more efficiently if we just keep the system that we have right now. I do not have anything against the people, but and I yield.
Sorry.
Mr. Speaker,
Who said?
me, Andy Cornholder.
The gentleman from Arizona is recognized.
I would like to say that if this is truly a representative government, I see no reason why the Libertarian Party shouldn't be represented in this House floor. I yield.
The gentleman yields. The gentleman yields. My bad.
Mr. Speaker,
The majority whip.
I asked to be recognized.
The majority whip is recognized.
Again, this gentlewoman could have easily stated her concerns, as well as the majority leader, who yet again has failed to say anything on why he disagrees with the bill either. But coming from what I've witnessed with him and how he composes himself with the last about 40 minutes we have been in this chamber, how he's been more quiet than EDP after the allegations, I could easily tell that someone was told to vote against this bill because they're scared of libertarians. I don't know why we can't not be scared of libertarians and actually count them as our partners. Libertarians actually vote very conservatively when it comes to fiscal policy because they're fiscal conservatives. Excuse me, I'm drinking my what's this apple caprice on this stuff smacks. But I think this is distasteful in all regards to silence them. But seeing as how we've handled the last multiple sessions, I see this institution likes to silence people they can disagree with. So, again, I consider, I retract that. I ask that these two individuals that seem to be able to change their vote more than a liberal can change their gender, please consider the facts that one, libertarians should have a voice at all times. Two, if a institution can't run smoothly with different perspectives, that's not a procedure problem. That is a leadership problem. So with that, Mr. Speaker, I'm going to motion to reconsider this. So, Mr. Speaker, I motion to reconsider House Resolution 11.
I object.
Abject.
The majority leader will state objection.
We have already voted on this resolution to
Point of information.
The majority will state information.
Mr. Leader, can you say why you disagree with this legislation? Thank you.
As the majority will yield.
I do.
The majority will yield. The majority leader will continue stating his objection.
I yield.
The majority leader yield.
Mr. Speaker.
Hold on, Mr. Speaker.
The majority whip.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What I just saw was pure incompetence. He was asked a very simple question on why he can't support a piece of legislation, and he just said no. So to you, Mr. Speaker, I'll yield my time to you, Mr. Speaker. Can you say if you support House Resolution 11 or not?
I'm presiding. I can't. I would have to.
Mr. Speaker, I'm yielding to you. I'm asking very politely, do you support House Resolution 11?
It will make things harder in the House.
Thank you. You just admit you're incompetent at your job. You can't properly display why you can't support it. You know, if you can't run an institution with multiple perspectives, you should. You should. Mr. Speaker, I'm speaking, Mr. Speaker. You know, I just pulled a Kamala Harris. I'm speaking, Mr. Vice President. Mr. Speaker, I'm recognized, but once again, if you cannot preside over a house with multiple perspectives, that's not a us problem. That's a you problem, Mr. Speaker. With that, I yield back my time.
Mr. Speaker, may I be recognized?
The gentleman from Arizona is recognized.
I just want to say, if this is truly a representative government, I see literally no reason why the Libertarian Party should. Come on, guys. This is the House of Representatives. It's supposed to have different perspectives. I don't get why the Libertarian Party is so scary to you. It's such a shame that our majority leader can't even explain why he disagrees with this resolution. It's such a shame. Pure incompetence, and we need to stop this. This is the House, or this is the federal government. We should be competent. And it comes to show that maybe some people shouldn't be serving in the House of Representatives or any government position if they're incompetent. I yield.
The gentleman yields.
Mr. Speaker.
Majority whip.
I ask unanimous. I motion that we enter a 2.5 minute recess so we can discuss this openly.
Is this sufficient as the motion? Seeing no sufficient.
I second.
I'll act like I didn't say that. The House will not enter a period of recess for 2 minutes.
Okay. Make your ways to the cloakroom, everybody. Or actually, just make it to the hallway. You too, Mr. Speaker.
Which hallway are you guys going to?
The one that's about 2 feet behind you.
Lobby.
All right, gentlemen and gentle ladies. I'm very confused on why y'all decided to switch your vote. Even though all y'all voted aye. Okay, 10 and a half. So, is anybody going to say anything, or are you just going to, stay silent? Because everybody voted in the affirmative.
I never said nay to it in the first place. I just didn't say nay. I was gonna say nay, but I didn't. I was like,
But why don't you support it?
because I don't know. It's not that I have anything against the libertarian people. It's just I don't think it's necessary.
Because if you do,
I think the
all
way
due
we are
respect,
running
man.
things right now is good as it is. I think that I think the way we are running things now is more smoothly. If we have like more, it'll just it'll I don't know. It just I'm not for it. If that makes sense. It
Huh.
doesn't seem like the right way to.
Hey, Evan, do you mind extending this recess out by like 2 minutes? I'm getting a phone call, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
The House will enter another 2-minute recess.
Michael, you there?
Logan game.
Oh. How come, Michael? Michael, you there? Hello? Oh. Sorry, I thought this was lifeline. This is Buffalo Meds. We should pass the House resolution. Well, I'm not saying we should have another aisle. There's enough seats for a whole bunch of people. Obviously, we don't have a full house like in real life. I think we're fine. That argument's pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie. The party should be recognized in the House and in the Senate. We won about like 12 electoral votes. We are literally a competitive political party. Made the election pretty close. I don't know why you guys are so afraid of the Libertarian Party.
It's not afraid. More like.
Okay, do you have like an issue with our limited government ideals, like true limited government ideals? Because I know.
No, not well. We just think things. It's Democratic Party and then Republican Party and then the Independents
So,
and
do you
how
agree
it's
with the
been and
duopoly?
that's how I feel like it should be.
So you believe in
Not that we're
a
scared.
two-party state system?
Yes.
Is that your idea?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we're all pro democracy and all that. I thought we're pro American values. What happened?
yes,
What happens to
but-
everybody has a free voice, especially when it comes to political parties? It's not
Well,
fair that the Republicans and Democrats get it recognized, but not the Libertarian Party or the Green Party or any other political parties, including the constitutionalist parties.
Well,
So,
there being
I don't-
so
I-
many
I don't-
parties,
I don't
that's why
understand.
there's independence. You know, that's why that's fair.
We have the
So are you arguing there's no point for there to be a Libertarian Party, a national Libertarian Party? That I
Nobody-
should be independent? Is
Nobody-
that your idea?
That's not the point. It's that,
Ah.
if we're recognizing the libertarian parties, then there has to be a green party, and there has to be a this party and that. There's so many parties.
Come forward,
It
and we
takes
can
on
allow-
so much because that's the thing.
Well, what I'm seeing is that this sounds a lot like how China has their one party system. It's starting to sound like that. Crazy how
Well,
it's looking right now.
we
It's
don't
get
have
in
one,
there.
we have two,
Well,
and we have a lot more, but it's just not.
it's yeah, but obviously they're not all recognized in the House. And as again, we don't need to have another aisle. There is enough room.
So would you guys just be like, how would this work?
I could just sit next to Drake all I want. See, the aisle argument is just flawed. It's
All right. I'm back. There's a representative that needs to be sworn in.
Ooh.
1 second. I'm getting their name. I'll tell them to get in the game if they're not already. Does bro not have a fucking name? It's Police Boy 2202. I'll ping them in general. They're a representative elect that need to be sworn in.
there will be absolutely zero conflict. Literally zero issues with the Libertarian Party getting in the House of Representatives. So they recognize National Party.
Hey, Andy, check DMs.
Party.
And checking game.
Ooh la la.
Okay, Police Boy joined.
Okay.
Thank y'all. Just let me join.
All right. We'll see how this bill plays out. Anyways, this is just like Roblox, so
Look at Florida. Man said. Very pretty.
Mr. Cornholder, did you hear me? Mr. Cornholder.
Sorry, say that again.
So since this is like Roblox, we're experiencing with things. If okay, keep it, but we'll pass it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna pass it.
But if it starts with complications, then we need to do something about it.
So what you're saying?
All right,
Mr.
hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt you. We have the representative elect ready to be sworn in the
Oh.
hallway.
Amazing.
They will-
You can do it now before we
Order.
or not. Okay, we get it. Sitting over here.
What's the representative's name? Oh, Dave Miller.
All right. A motion to reconsider, pass the resolution, and adjourn.
Mr. Speaker, can you swear in the gentleman?
They're not on the aisle. Someone motion to reconsider, please.
What do you mean? He's right here.
I don't see. Oh,
Oh yeah.
okay. Will the gentleman please raise his right hand? gentlemen. Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that you take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to answer, so help you God? I do. Okay. And write them up. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Welcome.
Congratulations, Mr. Representative.
Woohoo!
Congrats.
All right, Mr. Speaker, I motion to reconsider House Resolution 11.
Is there sufficient motion?
I second.
There being sufficient motion, the House now reconsider House Resolution 11.
Mr. Speaker, I seek recognition.
The majority whip is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The divisive politics have continuously plagued this House. I think if we want a united government, we need multiple perspectives on issues. The talking points brought up by multiple members of this body have not proven why libertarians should not get a voice in this House, and I believe they should get a voice in this House. So I encourage all my colleagues to vote in the affirmative on this so we can finally give them the voice they deserve and need. With that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back.
The majority whip yields.
Mr. Speaker, I motion that we move into a period of voting for the
Is there sufficient motion?
what's it called?
Mr. Speaker, I second that motion.
There being sufficient motion, the House will now enter a period of voting on House Resolution 11. All in favor state aye.
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 It is in the opinion of the chair that House Resolution 11 is adopted.
Mr. Speaker,
The majority.
I offer up a privileged resolution. I ask for its immediate consideration.
Can you say it, please?
It's 1 second. House Resolution 12, declaring the office of Speaker of the House vacant. Resolved that pursuant to Clause 8B3C of Rule 1 of the Rules of the House of Representatives, the office of Speaker of the House is hereby declared vacant.
Is it posted in how?
It is.
Okay. I need to
Mr.
cello.
Speaker, I motion. JP.
Huh?
Mr. Speaker, I motion that we adjourn this session for today.
I object.
I second.
I object.
There being sufficient motion, the House
I object.
is in
Roll call. Roll call.
the roll call is called. 1 minute. Alexandria Cortez.
It's
Alexandria or I. Bennett, Maury Bennett.
Aye.
Aye.
A lot of-
Drake Hayes.
aye. Oh, excuse me, nay.
Nay. Andy Cornholder. Okay.
You voted
Michael
nay.
Michael Buckley.
Nay.
What was that?
Nay.
Nay. Okay. And then who else do we have? Who else do we have? Wait, oh, should I need to add the new person? Which is
Mr. Speaker, I asked to change my vote.
hang on. David Miller. Dave Miller. Representative Dave Miller.
Nay on the motion to adjourn.
Okay. Nay on the motion to adjourn. Michael Buckley changed his vote to what?
A.
Incompetent. Excuse me.
Aye. Nay. Checking votes. On this vote, there are 4 ayes, 2 nays. The House stands adjourned until.
Mr. Speaker, I motion to reconsider. Mr. Speaker, I motion to reconsider. Mr. Speaker, I motion to reconsider. Woo! You just proved my point. Well, that's an ethics letter to you, Mr. Buckley. See, that was breaking house procedure, but anyways.
The House was adjourned. You said it after.
Yeah, but I was mid consideration of a
Great.
resolution, so you can't just fucking adjourn in the middle of us. Whew.
Were you asked?
I